Hello there, yes, Matthew Miller. They living in this COVID-19 or coronavirus, as you even like to call it, and lockdown. You're in this coronavirus, COVID-19 lockdown. So weird way of starting this video. Still not saying that correctly. But it's good to be blogging as well, because although it's actually day 12, but I'm going to day 11, I'm also going to be talking about the food shortages. And yeah, on this headline says that coronavirus, where all the flour go. And yes, there's some hoarders and some dago, some which we like to call it, which the Chinese buys out the whole heap of stuff and send it to their country and make money of it. Yeah. And now we actually got stores that now limiting to two stock per person. So per person. Yeah, so yeah, just don't panic. Just under normal circumstances, retail account for less than 10% of the Flour New Zealand Flour Mill Association's Executive Director. And yeah. So all the flour is going to go, and well, people, if you see some flour, do buy one, but only buy up to two. Make sure there's some for people. And you know, if it's all empty and you see some people just took the last one off, he has like more than like, and so can I actually just have one, please? Well, if the guy says no, just leave it be. Yeah, just let it be. Yeah. Yeah, people just remain calm. Just calm yourself down. Just calm down. We will get through this. And the reason why people go mad because of our complacency and people are just not paying attention, just going along what the media says and that though, and that's why we're all in this mess. And the good news is, there's actually five native plants that you can actually eat. Yeah, 5 native New Zealand plants that you can actually eat. And there's a soup with kawa seasoning with Horo Pitu by Chef Alex Davis. And one is puha, yeah. Puha is sort of looks like a lettuce plant. It sort of looks like a little thistle though. Yeah, puha is ever populated in the Murray's cuisine. Leaves and shoots can be eaten raw or even boiled up. So, if you actually do see some puha, you may see it as a weed, but do dig it up and do plant some at home. And seeds in there though, it looks like a thistle plant, but it's actually not, but like, it does contain some goodness, the same amount as oranges, so that's actually some puha. Yeah, so if you see some, dig it up, take it home, and yeah, that way you can eat some. And there's kawa, and yeah, you can probably make tea as well, and yeah, into healing tea. Yeah, if you find some kawa, man, dude, do grow some at home, man. And also New Zealand spinach. I don't actually know where I can actually get some. Well, people, if you do actually have some, and I hope you do have some seeds, do share some, because so other people can start growing some for themselves. And also New Zealand celery, yeah. And say Horo Pitu, yeah. So also, yeah. It has a pantry heat for meat and fish dishes, yeah. So you can actually, these are those foreign airplanes that you can actually eat. And that's actually from Staff New Zealand. And yeah, next article, and yes, well, you need to ask yourself why. And this is from the Hikurangi Environmental Health Watch, and yeah, they say you need to ask yourself why we're in the mindset of a food shortage, why you would any agri, can't really pronounce the right, with any authority to stop you. Authority, there we go. Would any authority stop you from buying seeds or garden supply? Yeah. Well, if you don't have any garden supply around, well, you're pretty much starved. Because during lockdown, those garden stores will be closed. And yeah. Boy, and yeah, there's a YouTube on Ice Age Farmers and that though, which you feel free to watch as well. But it's about 17 minutes long, and there's a quote from Henry Kissinger, his infamous quote: "Control oil and you control nations, control food and you control people." Absolutely true, you can, yeah. Well, if you want to control the people, control the food. That's why they don't really want you to grow your own food. That's why they want our social distancing, so they can control us. So people, it's time that you gotta break out your programming, dump your complacency, and start helping each other so we can get through, enjoy this life, the normal lifestyle, and yeah, because food shortage is actually really becoming a thing. And yet, from Adapt 2030, he actually really said it, which I ain't going to get to that as well. And yeah, and now it's due to weather as well. It's starting to become an issue. Severe spring frost destroys crops around Europe. Yeah, that's really, look at that. Ice crystals. Wow, wow. Yet temperatures were low at 6 degrees, 21.2 Fahrenheit. And that's what's only around in Europe. Wow, wow. Yeah, and this is what Adapt 2030 talks about. It's no joke. Because these things are actually happening as well. And say thank God for farmers to bring the economy backbone to the economists. Yes, we should be grateful for farmers, people, because they do help to keep the economy going. And they feed you people. They feed you. They help to bring in food. And we need those farmers. And we should be absolutely grateful for them. The dairy farmers, the crop farmers and that though. And also the beef farmers, yeah, because they bring in the meat, and as well the sheep farmers, they also bring in the meat, the pork, yeah. The pig farming, yeah, because they also bring in the pork, yes. And also the chicken farming. Not only they bring in the chicken meat, but also the eggs. Yeah, because the eggs got all the protein in that though. And we need to be absolutely grateful for it as well. Absolutely grateful. So we should owe those farmers some gratitude because yeah, because that's what's gonna keep us fed. Fed. I mean, fed. That's why I said it loudly. And yeah, COVID-19 huge price hikes for essential goods during lockdown. Yeah. Just the dizzy out there. Oh, why we have to have an office? Why? Let's see what she's got to say for. Let's see what the dizzy out there got to say for. Well, it's 5 minutes, but I'm going to pay some bits off.
You will have heard reports and anecdote about price gouging, as have I. Our officials are in daily contact with our major supermarkets. And while we have found no evidence, we are setting up a
really?
channel where people can report any cases or concerns that they may have.
Yeah, well, food's got to go up anyway. So, whether it's price gouging or not, food's still going to go up. Because we're in a time of solar minimum. And you probably know that I do, but you're not going to even be speaking about on news and that though, because you don't want them to know. Well, you're not going to speak, but I'm going to speak about it. Because I'm probably the only New Zealander in New Zealand that do speak about it. That do speak about it. So, well, let's continue.
I'm aware, for instance, that there have been incidents of fresh produce price increases. We do need to be aware that these could simply reflect seasonal fluctuations.
Yeah, well, because let's go back what we just saw in Europe. Yeah, because all the frost in there in Europe as well, and that might probably sometime come to New Zealand some stage as well, and because as we head into the solar movement and as we head into the next cycle, and I'll bet this cycle is going to means a lot less sunspots on the sun, so that means we're going to get cooler climates. Food's going to be harder to grow. So, well, and I'm not going to really continue watching that though, so let's just move on. And yeah, coronavirus huge hikes and goes during lockdown. And there it is there. Chest freezer, 90%. Look at that. The most price hike product. We've got the chest freezer, fridge and freezer, webcams. Well, that's why they're going to be more expensive as well. Yeah, even computers going to be more expensive, so it means you're going to have to save a lot of money. Washing machines, heating, cooling, whiteware goods, webcams, and e-read books. So, and let's see what David Devine's got to say on the Day 23. So let's just get to it.
Because farmers cannot get the produce to the consumers. We saw this in China. We're seeing it here.
Yeah, because the farmers can't get the produce to the consumers. Yeah, because of the lockdown and that though. Or they probably scared out they might catch the coronavirus. Well, it's time that we have to get through that fear. And this is what's going to probably cause the economy to collapse.
The lockdowns are stopping transportation on a global level for food and farming. Widespread shortages and food price spikes are imminent moving forward through the summer. Very few continents or countries are planting on time. Also, when it's coming into harvest time across the planet at the moment in the transition of seasons, the labor force is not there to get into the fields, harvest, or planting.
Yep, there we go, harvest or planting. Too few labours. And this is going to get even harder. So let's move on. There we go.
It's nothing more than a behavioral change for food security. Everything you're experiencing, from the way you're taught to stay home, the way you're allowed to move or not move, the way you have to stand in store lines, it's all about changing your behavior and your access to food.
Yeah, you can see what actually has happened in Venezuela. There was a warning, but now that's actually going to be starting to be an occurrence now. This is starting to be like commoners and people, and the Venezuela thing, why people had to wait in lines and that, there was like a warning. I probably had shit on my side, told people that was going to be the case, but probably people just don't listen. They just finish because things just going all honky dory. It's not going to happen here in New Zealand. Think again, people. And just like you said, that coronavirus will never come to New Zealand. It is already here. It's not coming. It's here. It is here.
Have you noticed it? Now that you know what you're looking at, it might be more prevalent on your consciousness of what's happening.
Yep. He said it. He actually said it. I could go back a bit and watch it a bit again.
It's all about changing your behavior and your access to food. Have you noticed it? Now that you know what you're looking at, it might be more prevalent on your consciousness of what's happening.
Yep. What's happening? You see what's on your consciousness? You see what's actually happening? He actually said it. It's probably not exactly what he said. What he actually... I didn't say exactly as he said it, but he said it like that. I'm probably repeating what he said, but I'm sharing this because this is going to be the case, because things are going to get harder. It's definitely not the time to be complacent. Definitely. Yep.
Time, the economic changes.
That's during when Mao was in, when they're trying to bring in that 5 plan that Congress they think it's going to do good, but it turns out it all went horribly wrong, and things just went wrong.
Oh, how many people starved during that time? I forgot. The second great leap forward. Yeah, that was supposed to solve all the problems of the first one. How about Stalin's 5-year plan? Wait a second. 5-year plan, 5-year plan, and let me guess. I bet the New World, that was once just a temporary global government, will come out with a new 5-year plan. Industrial and agricultural output sink in collectivization, socialist, communist oversight. And now you're going to understand that.
Yeah. Here we go, people. Communist, it just never works. Man, I don't know why you try to bring this here in New Zealand just into our doing. Why? It never works in history. It never works. It probably caused so many starvation as well. Here in New Zealand. Why? Why are you trying to bring it here in New Zealand? Oh, it's going to solve some. It never worked. So, because it didn't work, so let's not have it here in New Zealand. Let's just let people free and just let people work their own way. So let them sort their own problems out rather than just try and have the state force it upon it. It never worked. It just never worked. So let's just continue.
They can print this into infinitum. They can print more dollars. They can put more zeros on the screen. But what they cannot print is...
Yeah. Well, yeah, because they can print money. But the problem with printing money, it makes price goes up because the money itself becomes worthless. So it's no point just trying to print money out of thin air. It just makes the dollar or the currency worthless. And yet, well, you can see we can look in the history how when you can see when Germany had tried to print money in that, though, it just because one time 1 billion marks wouldn't even buy you a loaf of bread during the German hyperinflation, and and just like in Zimbabwe when Robert Mugabe chased out all the white people and food output just came like down to zero, and all the farmers were chased out and their dollar just came worthless, but then they just pressed more money and it just like even $120 might not even give you a loaf of bread. That's how stupid printing money really is.
Is food. We are at the end of an era.
You hear they can print money, but they can't print food. So, where we are.
They can print more dollars, they can put more zeros on the screen, but what they cannot print is food. We are at the end of an era.
Yeah, you can't print food. And if you could print food, it will still be absolutely empty food. Because it will contain no calories or no nutrition whatsoever. If you can even print food.
The tape has run out.
Yeah.
And this is so interesting with the sun in the background on an inverted image here. It's all about the grand solar minimum. The sun does define the climate, and the climate defines how many people.
Yeah, the sun dictates what the climate can be. And how many people it can be on Earth.
People can exist on this planet. Our cloud cells have shifted. The jet streams are in motion. Massive floods. This is what you're expecting. The ultimate is when we plant and when we harvest, we have no idea any longer. We're hoping for the best. The lockdown globally for the food supply has begun.
Yeah, and that's it. So nature does have a way of life. It actually does. So yeah, I know some of the people are just going to be so complacent, they're just going to remain also. They're the ones that are just going to be absolutely screwed. They're stuffed. If they refuse to listen, they're not going to get any help. They won't. But if you're willing to listen and take my word for a grain of salt, yeah, you probably will get through, and that's the reason why I share this video. I'm probably like the only new senator that ever do talk about as well. That's why I do it, and it's not because I just want to get subscribers or views or anything. Just so I can get the word out, so you can take my word for a grain of salt, and you can come up with your own conclusion. So you can make your own so you can have your own YouTube, have your own blog, so you can get the word out so we can help as many people as we can. So let's just move on. And yet, this one's from Jeremy Clarkson. You can see what he's probably doing if he ever grow anything though. So I ain't gonna see what he's got to say. And this is probably the second time I ever showed this video, but I ain't gonna go for it.
Some people have been hoarding laboratory rolls. I know that. I've seen that. I'm hoarding something else.
Yeah, toilet paper. Well, I always got tons of newspaper as well, and if I do run out of toilet paper, at least I can use newspaper.
I think when self-isolation really kicks in, and the older people in the village are really struggling.
Yeah, well, societies ain't going to really work on self-isolation. Social distancing and social isolation is not going to really work for a community, because community needs people, and they need people together, not apart, and they need people to sort of help each other. So we can get through this.
I'll give all these potatoes away to them. So I went to...
Yeah, giving away those potatoes. Well, that's awesome. And if you happen them to be the lucky person that he gave you the potatoes, do at least put 10% that you've been given into the ground, so you can end up getting more for yourself as well, so you don't have to rely on other people. So let's just continue.
You've grown them for nothing. They're not just going to rot. Someone said this morning they'd been to a supermarket just up the road, and you literally cannot buy a single potato up there.
Wow.
So what these are muddy gold.
Yep. Man, they're going to be gold. If I can't find any potatoes, I'm going to see if I can try to buy some myself. It may cost me a lot of money, but it is going to help. Because we need to help other people. So, for what he said, he went to the supermarket, couldn't find any potatoes. Well, if you happen to find some potatoes, do buy it, but don't get greedy, just because you can always grow some in the ground. And also give some to other people as well. Oh, there's been some flies coming off on the camera. Boy. Had to always keep the flies off there because it was just blocking the view. So let's just move on. And yet, coronavirus gardens and nurseries raided by Kiwis turning into backyards for vegetable gardens. And yet they know it's coming. They knew. That's why they're piping some hoarding and that though and getting some seedlings. Well, luckily I got some seeds as well. And they're also saying story on Bunnies. Here, Bunnies Warehouse, that's over in Mitre 10, looks like it, and in Newland Garden. And this news was like reported on the 21st of March, 2020. Yeah, that's the alert system though. We're not going to really watch that, so people here, if you do have a garden, do start growing your own food. Day after the seeds, the lettuce, celery, spinach, broccoli, carrots, cauliflower, beetroot, sweet blueberries, plantain, citrus fruits also popular. Yet, people are growing. They know what's coming. But it's probably best that you do still prepare beforehand. And but the goal, but for a purpose, mama rule, never tell another soul, because when you do, people when you prepare, people will just start taking everything that you have. Well, that's all I got to say for now on this. Well, now it's time to move on to the economy, and let's look at the gold price. And here we are, and that's over in New Zealand dollars, and it's about now it's just ticked over 2,762.06 New Zealand dollars. That's all in New Zealand dollars. So it's just ticked over again, and now we're actually about $24.68 in silver per ounce. So it's there, and well, let's just move to exchange rate though, and there we are. Oh yeah, to the New Zealand dollar. So it's about 97.6 cents to our dollar, and also in the euro it's about about 54.6 cents to our dollar. And it's also in Britain, and it's also about 48 pence to our dollars. 48 pence. And also in US dollars, it's about 59 cents to our dollar. So people, well, I actually had start sprouting as well. I do have a video on that. I ain't going to show it to you. So, well, people, let's get to it. Yes, hello there, Mason Miller, although it's day 12, but this is going to be the day 11 on the lockdown blog, and here what I'm showing here is some seeds, and they sprout, and these ones are the broccoli here, and there's some kale starting to grow as well, and there's also another kale there, and these are the curly, and these ones are the, no, these ones are curly, these ones are neo, so. And here what I got here is my marigolds, and there's my lavender there, and this is in my rain gutter grower system there, and yes, during lockdown this is what you can really do. buying on food because food's going to get expensive, especially vegetables. I actually found there's going to be some price gouging. And I heard there was like cauliflower that was at least like $13 a head. Same price as for cheese, that's about 750 grams of cheese. Same price as that. But cheese will be a bit more expensive as well, of course, because food prices going up. Because of because we're going to be going at a time that's called grand solar minimum due to low solar activity of the sun. So that's all I got to say for now. If you know that, sign off, over and out.